This is a reminder that on Saturday, October 28th, Let's Play at Novora Autism will be hosting an Extra Life Halloween special featuring Undertale. Then, on Saturday, November the 4th, join us for our main Extra Life stream featuring Ukulele. Both of these streams will be supporting the McMaster Children's Hospital and the Children's Miracle Network. Come and show your support on both days for this wonderful cause. So, with night having fallen here in Ala Mhigo, let's go ahead and speak with Lise for our next main story quest, entitled Echoes of an Echo. Lise is lost in thought. I don't know that we've solved anything exactly, but we've given Fuldola something to think about at least. Aye, and I've found something new to think about too. I don't know about you, Quinn, but the visions only come to me every now and then. The way Fuldola kept wincing though, I get the feeling she's having them almost all the time. That's a lot of bad memories to deal with. I wonder, could there be some fundamental difference between one who's born with the echo and one who's been artificially imbued with it? Well, the immortal flames have been scouring that research facility ever since the liberation. There's a chance they might have some answers for us. General Alden's there overseeing the investigation. Let's go and pay him a visit, shall we? Alright, let's go to the Resonatorium. This is where their chief scientist, Ala Mhigo, did a number on Kryl. Those of you who might remember the story. Yeah, we want to go right over here. General Alden is inside. Hi, will you be joining him? Indeed, we will. So as we go inside, we get the official Garlean theme song. Yeah, and an immortal flame follow me in here. Yeah, as you can see... Yeah, we never saw much of this place, but this is by and large what it looked like. Hey, General. What news? You spoke with Fuldola, I take it. We did. Yes, as expected, she didn't say very much, but it wasn't a total waste of time. Arnval noticed something odd about her. He thinks she might be having visions almost constantly, which is not how the Echo normally works. Have you found anything here which might explain why it's so different for her? We've been hard-pressed just to organize research materials, let alone study them. To be frank, I'd welcome the Scions' expert assistance if you have time to lend a hand. Indeed we do. So yeah, we gotta go and check out two different places. The first is to go over here to speak with this flame investigator. Hello there, madam. So many bodies. Every one of them a victim of these experiments. Yeah, lots of people covered in cloth. Few show any signs of external injury. From what we've been able to determine, they've perished from forcible etheric extraction. Such a miserable way to die. And then over here to the Magitech pod where Kryl was being held. So let's go out and have a look at it. By miming on the thing, of course. The device in which Kryl was held seems more ominous now you know its purpose. The surrounding pods are marked Supply Subject, while this one bears the label Master Subject. Yeah, as the Ironworks engineer will explain. The Ironworks received a request from the Alliance to analyze these devices, and have been recording everything of interest. Did you notice the labeling? All the pods are designed to drain the ether of the occupant, save that one right there. Unlike the others, the interior has been fitted with an array of sensors to measure etheric waveforms. To what purpose, however, I couldn't tell you. Right, we'll just go and deal with it. Also, I think there may be... Okay, no. Yeah, if you did not speak with the other two, there is a joke item over here behind these crates. Yeah, they put a joke item as far as stuff to look for, which is hilarious. I know little and less of science, so any light you could shed on this facility's operations would be much appreciated. Corinne, shall we start with you? Alright. Here's what I know about my experience with the Echo, as well as the information I gleaned. Taken in combination with the testimonies of Kral and Thancred, I do begin to see exactly what the Imperials were attempting here. The enhancement procedure entailed infusing a single candidate with ether siphoned from a multitude of supply subjects. As we get the somber theme going. As for the master subjects in this case, Kral, the patterns of her etheric activity would provide the model upon which they would artificially engineer the candidate's aura. In other words, they were trying to recreate Kral's Echo? I believe so, which would explain our prisoner's present state. Kral is possessed of an unrivaled ability to hear the whispers of the soul, and it seems probable that the procedure engendered the same acute sensitivity in Fordola. The soldiers who guard Fordola, many of them lost friends and family to the Skulls. And there's a sentry at her door night and day. If she can't help sensing their thoughts and seeing their past... Yeah. But you don't just see their past, you live it. All the emotions, all the pain. Imagine what it will do to you. You'd never be the same again. Indeed, as you may recall, Isael was completely transformed by a single glimpse of Wraithvalga's past. Fordola has been forced to experience the agony of those whose lives she destroyed. The guilt must be unbearable. That explains her request to be executed. Sounds to me like a kind of justice. Regardless, she can suffer on for now. We have more pressing matters to consider. If the results of these experiments have been relayed back to Garleans, they'll be not to stop the Empire from repeating the trick. They could give the Echo to anyone. To an entire legion. We must be ready. We must learn all we can of these God-forsaken procedures. And Fordola remains our best source of information. She will not be getting a wish. Not yet. Right. Keep faith, lass. If you're to convince others to follow you, you must believe what you're telling them. People will respond to passion, but not if it's feigned. I understand. Thank you, General. We should leave the flames to it. Let's go. And so we're off. So having now done that, we'll go ahead as... Yeah, it started to rain around here in Ala Mhigo. So as the rain comes down on this somber evening... I go looking for answers about the Echo and end up getting schooled by Raubon. Yet more evidence that I don't know what I'm doing. It's no wonder people listen to him and not me. General Alden is a veteran of countless campaigns, Lise. You cannot compare yourself to a commander of his experience. I know, but I also know that I couldn't have convinced that mob to give up and go home. It makes me realize how much we rely on his authority, and how much I still have to learn. I wonder what he'll do when everything here is settled. I mean, it's his homeland. After going to the trouble of winning it back, might he not want to stay? It is a quandary which countless refugees now face, to continue the life they built in Uldar, or to start again in the land of their birth. Yeah, we're giving it some thought here. Corinne, a moment! Yeah, Pippin is gonna come and say hello to us. Enjoying the rain? I'm newly returned from Uldar with a message from the Sultana. Her Grace desires an audience with you. She understands that you have responsibilities here, but asks that you visit the palace at your earliest convenience. Alright. Well, I must away and attend to other business. Until next time, my friends. Until we meet again. An audience with the Sultana. Depending on the nature of her consultation, this might be the perfect opportunity to inquire about the General's future plans. Yes, we'd all like to know about those, Alphanode, but not everyone's as comfortable interrogating royalty as you. Take no notice of him, Corinne. Alright. So, we'll go ahead and claim another 898 gil. Stand strong and unified! So knowing that the Sultana wants us to go ahead and meet with her, we'll have to speak with Alphanode for the next level 70 challenge entitled A Sultana's Strings. Alphanode's thoughts appear to have turned from adventure to administration. Well, the question of how to put the Mad King's treasures to good use shows no sign of answering itself. Surely be about it, Arnvold. I'm at your beck and call. And I should be getting back to my own tasks. I'll organize the support to head down into the ruins and then start preparing for the big meeting. Oh, send Nanamo my regards, Corinne. And ours too, if you please. We shall see you on your return. Hey there, Edgelord Bender. Good to see you this evening. Glad to have you with us. I believe you've asked me before about playing Fire Emblem before. I believe you have asked me about that previously, and I've never played it. If I did play it, it was something I would want to be able to stream, but I don't know if it's something that's available on the Virtual Console. So, having arrived in Ul'dah, we are going to meet a head of state after all, so I believe for Corinne, it is best that she dress in proper attire, which in this case is her Free Company uniform, being the leader of the Tales of Eorzea. So let's make our way over to the Chamber of Rule. And once we are there, we will go ahead and see why the Sultana wants to meet with us. In fact, this is only the second time that I've had the opportunity to have Corinne in this story, in this Let's Play, dressed in her Free Company uniform. Because of course the boys before her were in Grand Company uniforms. Alright, Bartholomew, we've come. You expect, my lady. Please proceed. Thank you. Hello there, Sultana. It's good to see you again.
I thank you for answering my summons in these most interesting times. You have been busy.
We have.
The liberation of Ala Mhigo will have far-reaching consequences, and there is a matter upon which I would seek your counsel.
Oh, really?
I speak of Rauban and his future.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, you've heard, haven't you?
All know the tale of his rise from penniless refugee to member of the Syndicate and General of the Immortal Flames. Yet though he has come to call Ul'dah home, it will never be his homeland. He is a son of Ala Mhigo.
Indeed.
And now that she is free, I thought it only a matter of time before he sought my leave to return to her. Indeed, I had resigned myself to his loss.
Remember the last time she was talking about giving something up? Yeah, bad things happened. Just don't drink the wine, Your Grace.
Suffice it to say, I was greatly surprised to hear him speak so lightly of handing over the reins in Ala Mhigo and retaking his place at my side. I will welcome him with open arms, of course. He is my most trusted advisor and my dearest friend. But I have known the man a long time, and beneath that steely gaze, I spied a flicker of doubt.
Oh, you did? Something only girls can see, right? Yeah, sad face.
Whether Raubon chooses to remain in Uldar or return to Ala Mhigo, I only wish that he do so with a heart unburdened by guilt or regret.
Understandable.
Yet, how can he freely make such a choice, knowing how much I depend on him?
Yeah.
It is past time that I learned to discharge my duties as a Sultana alone. I must go forth and see my realm with my own eyes, and hear the wind with my own ears.
Oh, so we're going on a tour? Yeah, Corinne's shocked like,
Might
what?
I have your company for a brief adventure?
Yeah, we're gonna be Sultana's bodyguard.
Wonderful. Allow me a moment to change into something a touch less conspicuous, and I will join you outside.
Indeed. Like I said, just don't drink the wine. Alright, so, yeah, we must convene with the Sultana over at the Adventurers Guild. Means running all the way back over here. And going to get the transport over to the Adventurers Guild. So yeah, if you've seen my my intro to Ul'dah for live stream from a year ago, and also if you saw me do the series of quests that followed the completion of the patch 3.3 main story where we saved Estenian from Needhog, then you will know we went on a series of quests, and one of them included meeting with the Sultana dressed like this. So let's go and speak with her. Perchance you remember Lilira, the merchant's daughter? This is the persona I assume when I venture beyond the palace walls to observe my subjects unnoticed. Ordinarily, Papachon would accompany me, but for this particular outing I needed an advisor, not a minder. And that is why I requested your company. Over the course of your many adventures, you have met people from all walks of life, in every corner of Eorzea, and I would make use of your worldly experience. Now then, let us be on our way. Our first destination is Stone's Throw, just beyond the gate of Nold. I think I do there, Edgelord. I think you do remember. I think I do remember you mentioning that. So now let's just run out past the gate here. And then once we do, we'll go ahead and find the Sultana. Yeah, of course it makes sense for her to make this journey in cover of darkness. Makes perfect sense. As she comes to visit a refugee encampment of Ala Mhigans, of course. Look upon this procession of tattered tents. These refugees camp and squalor at the mercy of the elements and Thalin's predators both. Well, have a good night, Skyla. I love you too. The city's mighty walls offer safety, but the streets overflow with people as it is, and unless blessed by the hand of Nord himself, no refugee could ever hope to afford a dwelling in Ul'dah. 20 years have passed since the fall of Ala Mhigo, and 5 since the calamity, yet the plight of the poor has grown more desperate, not less. As Sultana, the blame falls upon me. We'll say, you've done your best, Your Grace, or your hands have been tied. Well, your hands have been tied. But yeah, I love you, Skyla. Have a good night. Yes, my authority is limited, and that is an obstacle I must work to overcome. Shall we press on? I would follow the road to the unholy air. Alright. Let's make the quick warp over to Blackbrush Station. It'll be faster. Oh, you guys are talking about Dishonored now? Alright. I really don't know much about Dishonored. Like, I've heard of the name, but I don't know what it's about. Obviously, I assume it's about someone being dishonored. Or else, why would they give it such a title? Also, I don't know what horse this is, but it looks amazing. That's not the Ramu horse, because it would be purple if it was. May have sparks coming out of it, but it'll be purple if it was actually Ramuh's horse. Alright, Sultana. It was here, in this wholly unremarkable place, that my father and mother met with their doom. I think she wants to text goodbye. I'll go ahead and oblige her. Yeah, sorry to do this little temporary interruption, but I want to tell my beloved how much I love her. So yeah, now we have to go back to this story of tragedy. I was but a child at the time. My parents were returning from an inspection of our interests in Eastern Thanalan when an untimely rock slide crushed their carriage. To this day, it is not certain if the incident was simple misfortune or an expertly planned assassination. Raubon once offered to reopen the investigation and bring me the truth he assumed I must crave, but I refused. Even if my parents' deaths were orchestrated by the monetarists, we could have only brought their hirelings to justice. The true villains, those who plotted to put me on the throne as a biddable puppet, were ever beyond our reach. Thus did I plan to strip the merchants of their power and place our nation in the hands of its citizens, quite unaware of the consequences my actions would have for you and yours. I shudder to think how many goodly souls paid the price of my naivety. Yeah, she's referring to her desire to abdicate at the end of Realm Reborn. But I am no longer a child reciting words with witless obedience, and I will not be used as a pawn in the monetarist damnable games. Forgive me my outburst. You are one of the few people to whom I feel I can speak my mind. Come, let us return to Ul'dah and visit the Colosseum. Alright. The Colosseum it is. Oh, okay. Got it. Thanks there, Edgelord, for pointing that out. Thanks for the brief synopsis. So now let's get back into Ul'dah, shall we? So we have to make a run over to the Gladiators Guild, which is the Colosseum. Oh, it's XIV, okay. Yeah, I knew that had become a mount, I just never seen it used by anyone before. Say that was a first. Obviously you know someone who has that mount already there, Winter? So let's speak with the Sultana. From the moment I became Sultana, I found myself thrust into an endless parade of document signing and ceremonies. For years I simply signed where I was told to sign and sat where I was told to sit, blissfully oblivious of what any of it meant. Yet one good thing did come from that ignominious chapter in my life, for it was during an official visit to the Colosseum that I first met Raubon. The match I had been invited to attend was not all what I expected. They had pitted the bull of Ala Mhigo against some dozen or so rival gladiators. Blinkered though I was, I would not stand for so obvious an injustice and demanded to see a fair fight. One man against another, and my royal wish was duly granted. It was not until later that I learned of the gambling ring which had arranged for Raubon to die on the sands that day. Lucky you that you found out about it. Regardless, my intervention meant that Raubon had but a single opponent to dispatch, which he duly did, and when he knelt before me to receive the winner's purse, he swore that he would one day offer me his blade in service. Surrounded as I was by liars and manipulators, I confess I dismissed it as a pleasant piece of theatre. But as you know, Raubon is a man of his word. Though it took him another 5 years of fighting on the blood sands, he amassed a fortune so great as to buy not only his freedom, but a seat on the syndicate. And then I had my blade. Oh, he does? How come I've never seen him riding it? That's weird. But speaking of weird, it's Echo Time number 2. Where we see Raubon at his best. fighting in the Colosseum with his full bull helmet on. They came, and they were cut down. Nice block with the shield. He gets disarmed, though, with his shield. And as the Axeman comes in, he gets his legs taken out from underneath him. Puts his visor up. Lets everyone know he's succeeded. Yeah. Look at the confetti raining down! Yeah. Look at the confetti coming down on all these dead and knocked out bodies. Yeah, the people of Ul'dah couldn't be happier.
Your Grace, you mustn't! The danger is too great!
Oh, what's going on?
Your Grace, come back! I beg of you!
Sultana, what are you doing here?
It seems you're the one who needs looking after, Master Shum.
Yeah,
Come on!
yeah.
Your Grace.
Hi, Raubon. Yeah, jumps right into Raubon's
Kept the
arms.
promise made.
So you have, and in turn, so too shall I keep mine. With your winnings, you have become one of the 6 most wealthy souls in all Ul'dah. And so, as tradition dictates, Rauben Aldin, you have earned yourself a seat on the Syndicate. May your new station garner you still greater glories.
I am honored, Your Grace, and vow to serve with every fiber of my being from this day till my last.
I didn't know we were doing a ceremony of eternal bonding at the same time. Why are they playing that music?
Long live the Sultana, and long live Ul'dah!
Yeah, seriously, where's the eternal bonding taking place? So yeah, after we have that experience, let's go ahead and speak with the Sultana to complete this challenge. Words cannot well express what the man means to me. There are others who care deeply for my well-being, of course. Papa Shan's love for me is that of a grandsire for his grandchild. But upon matters of governance, I cannot turn to bodyguards and maidservants of council. Raubon, with the authority of his syndicate position, was the first sword I could wield. His was the only edge which could cut the strings that bound me. And so, having learned of this interesting story, why don't we go ahead and help ourselves to a bit of determination, courtesy of some stewed river bream. Sounds tasty. Stand strong and unified.